something about me, I'm a when I can go out, I'm a very fast walker. And if I'm ever walking somewhere and there is a crowd of people who aren't moving at the speed I'm going, or if there isn't a clear space to walk past, I'll never get irate with someone and I'll never be rude to them. But in my head, I'm like, I'm going to explode. Like if I need to slow down while walking for more than like a few seconds at a time, I'll be like, in my head, I'm like, think of the people around you, make space, move. You know, but like, obviously I don't have the balls to go up to a person and actually challenge them on that. So I'm just like stood behind them waiting, like, all right.
I have terrible road rage, and I also walk very fast. So all my friends walk so fucking slow. Oni bro walks like a fucking snail, bro. He was born with long ass 6 feet legs, but this man walks slower than that grandma that like I see on you. He's so slow. Anyway, it drives me fucking wild. So like whenever, like even in Japan, I have really bad road rage, like, especially in Canada. I drive a lot. I drive like every day, whatever. I'm the type of bitch where like if you're driving too slow, I'm always looking for the next lane that's faster. Like, you know how sometimes you merge lanes but that lane turns out to be slower, and then you merge back again, and then it's always the current lane that's like slower, and it drives me insane, but that always happens because karma like checks you like that. But I would also be the person where like if I pass you, I'm giving you the dirtiest look ever. I'm literally just like slowly looking just to see like why you're driving so slow. I'm like, ugh, on her cell phone, or like, oh, though, you know, I can't believe it's a green light. I can't believe they didn't see that. I'm like the one that's like slowly like staring at them while I pass them.
Oh god, I think that like I get so many pet peeves around like this sort of thing. So with public transportation, for example, in the UK, if you're getting on like the train or you're going to anywhere that's busy, with an escalator, like when I've been to London, for example, on the underground. If you're getting an escalator, you must stand on the left-hand side of the escalator because people who are in a rush want to walk down or up the right-hand side of the escalator. Right. If I've ever been in a rush and I'm going on the underground and I'm going on one of these escalators, if someone is stood idly on the right-hand side, not thinking about other people, I get so fucking angry so fast. I will literally go up and be like, excuse me, like they probably don't even know. But there are signs all over the fucking place that say, please stand on the right, but nobody listens.
That is your God-given right, Vox. You say excuse me with all the heart and fire in your soul, okay? You let them have it, okay? That is your God-given right. Why are they not standing correctly? No, you should just let like all hell go.
Exactly.
All hell,
and
let them have it.
I remember once, it was like when I came back from traveling and I needed to, and I was going through London, I needed to get on a train. And there was one train left that I needed to get. And there was this one lady on the escalator, and she was stood not on the left, not on the right. She was stood legs spread in the middle of the escalator, taking up both sides. And she wasn't carrying anything that required that. She wasn't stressed out looking at something. She was on her phone, and she was browsing Spotify, picking, which song should I be a public menace to? And this was like, I felt like this was like my moment that I fantasize about constantly. I just thought, now is the time to get mad at someone in public. And I walked up, I was carrying 2 heavy fucking suitcases, and I walked up and I shoulder checked, shoved her onto the right hand side, and I was like, you need to stand on the right! And I went down the escalator, and I felt so fucking alive after that. I was like, yeah, like all of
I did it! Yeah!
So I know if I do manage to get my license this year, if I'm ever out on the road and I see someone texting, I feel like I'm going to have to fight the urge not to crash into them deliberately, just to make them think twice.
You might be a road rage menace. You might be kind of like me.
I think I will. I think I'm going to be a complete road rage. I'm going to follow the rules of the road so closely, so to a T, but if someone breaks those rules and if someone drives unsafely or if someone's going stupidly slow, I will honk my horn. I'm going to get so angry constantly, I swear to God, and I will not apologize for that. I'm looking forward to it, honestly.
In Japan, the rule is like in Tokyo, not Japan all around, but in Tokyo specifically, or like the east regions of Japan, standing is on the left side and fast walking is on the right side. I've never done this before. I've never been like guilty of this because my Asian ass could never. I would never be able to fall under social pressure like that or break social pressure like that. But I have seen like, let's say younger people who are just kind of like standing willy-nilly on either side, and you get the very curt Japanese sumimasen desu kedo. Like you, basically just saying excuse me, but you know that sumimasen was like. It's sharp enough to cut rocks, bro. It's like it's not sumimasen, it's sumimasen desu kedo. Like when they add in the desu kedo, you know that they're like they're pissed. They're ready to like fuck with
when
you.
I'm already so nervous being in other cultures, like if someone said that to me and I realized I was in the wrong and stood on the wrong hand side of the escalator, I would just be bowing rapidly, just be like, oh, come in a second. I see what I'm saying, and I would just start like backing away and like bowing my head, and I would be like, oh, I'm so full of shame.
Yeah, like I feel like because I'm also like I said, I like to walk really, really fast, but I'm still not to the point yet where even if I feel like it's justified that I can maybe say sumimasen and allow people to pass me, I still wouldn't say it because I'm still kind of a pussy. I'm not very confident, and also I still feel very much like a foreigner, so I don't want to like bother people and like expect people to follow me and like know that I'm in a rush and stuff. But if this was in Canada, I would be like, excuse me. I'm a really big bitch when it comes to like being in a hurry. I'm just like, I am entitled as fuck. I know when I'm in the right. I know when I'm in a hurry, and you better get the fuck out of my way. So I'm like, excuse me. I'm really bad.
It's a basic thing. Having respect for the people around you. It is not that hard to consider. Someone might want to go past me. Someone might be in a rush. I will make sure that there is space. It's not hard to do, and if you are considerate, that is something that if someone's walking slowly and taking up the sidewalk, especially if it's like not a very busy area, that I can understand. I'd be mad about it, but I wouldn't get mad at a person. I'd just be mad in general.
Yeah.
The thing that grinds my gears more than anything is on public transportation is if someone tries to get onto the train, the bus, or whatever before people have a chance to get off. If someone I'm waiting for one of these times to watch a person do that and to go up and be like, what the is wrong with you? Like, I want to stand there and fight a person who tries to do that. I remember once I was getting a train and there was this guy on the platform and he seemed really chill. Like he had like a really cool outfit on, and he was dancing and he had like his tunes on, he was blasting his tunes, but it didn't feel like he was being obnoxious. Like he was just in his own little world, and I was like, man, this guy seems cool. I was like, this seems like friend goals. Like this guy seems really cool. Right. And then the door for the train opens and he actively, boom, straight through two people trying to get off. And I was like, oh, right. Okay, never mind. Nothing is sacred, and now I'm upset again.
You see that in Japan, but very, very rare. Like I remember seeing there was like a middle-aged person that pushed through like one side was an elderly person and the other side was a younger person, and the cut eye they were giving this middle-aged person who was cutting through. Oh man, I felt so bad, but I also felt like he deserved it. But I'm right there with you. Just like fucking wait, bro. Like everyone's gonna come off. You're not gonna lose your seat because everyone who wants to come off is still coming off. Like
unless the train is incredibly crowded, you will get your seat. And if it's incredibly crowded, even more the reason to be patient, because otherwise no one's gonna be able to get off and the train will still be full. You fucking fool.
Yeah,
it's a really bizarre, like selfish thing to do. And every time I see it, I'm just like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna do it. I don't care when it happens. I'm gonna find you.
It's really bad. Like I also had really big culture shock. Something very similar was when I went to the first time I came to Japan was about like 8 years ago or something. It was like with a trip with like friends or family. I can't quite remember. But Japan was great. You know, my first experience. I was like, this is the land of anime. I love it here. I'm gonna move here one day. You know, I had nothing but good memories of Japan. And then I went to Beijing to visit my family. And I should not have done that. I should have went to Beijing first and then came to Japan. Okay, my whole Beijing trip was ruined, bro. The minute I landed in Beijing and you had to take an elevator to go from, you know, one floor to the other, baggage, whatever the it was, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna wait for people to come out and then I'll go in. And there was another like Chinese family beside me. The minute the door slid open a crack, they were already trying to shove themselves in, and I'm just like, the elevator is full, dumbass. It was literally full of people trying to go from up to down. We're trying to go from down to up. I'm just like, where the are you going? Where the are you going?
God.
I was like, just squeeze in right there. Squeeze in there right now. I dare you, piece of shit. I was just looking here like so flabbergasted. Like where is she going with all her luggage when the elevator is full? And that was my
That's
first
mad.
like time where I was like, this shit, man. I want to go back to Japan. If it wasn't, my grandparents are so lucky they live there. They're so lucky. If they didn't live there, I would not go back to Japan. Only the strong survive. No, you guys put it actually. It's very competitive. Like my chat knows this, but the reason why I immigrated to Canada was because my mom thought I was growing up too soft, and I would not be competitive enough for the other Chinese children. So they literally were like, "Oh no, Daddy, this is not good. We got to do something about this. Daughter no survive in China." Like we go Canada. So that's why we went to Canada.
So funny. That's so funny.